gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to this time. And guess what? The new gaming stuff is now coming out. And guess what now happened? Nintendo has announced their new console, which we've all been waiting for since E3. And they finally announced the name and the way it's going to look. And it looks okay, in my opinion. They decided to actually bring out the new Nintendo Switch. Now, honestly, I know that name sounds very weird, because truth be told, when I first heard my name today, my friend told me about it, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I didn't even know that it came out, because, well, I didn't know that they announced it, because I was so into, a lot of other things, but gaming things is one of the things I'm best known for. But the one thing is, I noticed one thing, when it came to the Nintendo Switch, they have pretty much it's combined with a lot of other consoles that they have. I mean, it's pretty much a handheld, it's TV based, it's a lot of things based. When it came to the Nintendo Switch, I was wondering why they calling it the Nintendo Switch. Why didn't they just stick with the NX? Because it sounds more cool. I thought it was gonna call it the NX, but when the name, I'm thinking to myself, what's it gonna do? Then I realized why they called it the Nintendo Switch. Apparently, you can switch it to a lot of different consoles. So when it comes to this console, I'm thinking to myself, you better actually read the menu if it has one. Because truth be told, when I seen it, the trailer wise, I honestly was so confused on how you work this thing, because the best thing I can say is easiest if you're doing a portable and regular home-based console, because if you're working any other way, I don't know how you're going to do it, truth be told, because it kind of seems like it's like Nintendo DS, Nintendo Wii, and the Nintendo 64, which honestly I would say pretty damn good, honestly. But when it comes down to it, I say I get this console mainly a 3.8 out of 5. I'm not saying that that's bad or anything. I just want to see how other people are going to react before I even think about getting it. That's how I mean. Because I'm not just going to actually just go into this, buy the console, and not know how the hell to even use it. Because truth be told, that's how it comes to me. I'm so fucking confused. Because I've seen so many ways to play this console. I'm thinking to myself, is they going to come like this? Because is it going to come with all the equipment? Because that's really the only way I can see this actually working, because when it first comes out, I know that odds are they're gonna have some exclusive shit, and you can actually get every single thing for it, and then after that they're not gonna do it anymore, most likely. That's what I'm guessing, but I'm hoping that they don't do it like that. But when I see how it works, I'm thinking to myself, this is gonna be confusing to a lot of people, because you can work this in a lot of different ways, and they have I'm guessing they have a lot of different controls, so you gotta be careful not to lose those things. Because truth be told, I'm looking at the thing. One person playing, I literally was playing like a Wii, but like control wise, and I'm like, oh my god, it looks pretty awesome. I can say that. I'm just hoping game wise they do good with it, because I did see some pretty good games. It looked like they might have made a new Mario, which looks like Super Mario 64, which honestly I was a pretty big fan of that one. But anyways, when I looked at the console, I'm thinking to myself, well, I can see why it took you so long, because hell, this console is like pretty much a lot of consoles combined into one big console. I would say this is worthy of being called the Nintendo One out of these. Because that's how it kind of seems. Because this is like basically all the Nintendo's consoles based into one giant console. Because I don't know how much it's going to sell by. I don't know the price or anything. Everybody else most likely knows, but me, I was a little confused with it. It's supposed to be coming out next year. But when it comes to game-wise, I'm waiting to see what game's coming out on it. But when I look at the console, I'm like, it's pretty damn good, honestly. I can't give it any bad. The only thing I can say is that they really need to fix is probably the name, but that's mainly it. Because the only thing that confuses me is on how you're going to play it, because that's really the only thing that I had questions about, because there's a lot of different ways to play this console, and I don't want to end up getting some pieces confused and not be able to play it the right way. And I'm looking at somebody actually had it on TV, he switched it and had it portable, then he had it on the airplane, he had a lot of different ways. I'm like, okay, this is awesome. But I do want to wait until it comes out and wait till everybody else maybe gets it, see how it looks, see how it reviews, then maybe I'll get it. Most likely, maybe not, but I'm not very sure. We'll see how it goes out, because the trailer can mean a lot of things, but I want to see how this game comes out. I'm not saying that it's going to be a bad console, but I'm not really seriously saying it's going to be a good one, because it's like they say with Nintendo. Nintendo may have the stuff, but we'll see what the games they're going to have on it, because if they don't have any games that I actually would want to play or any exclusives, then I'm most likely not going to get the game. But if they do, then hell, I'll pop up and get the damn thing. That's what I plan on doing. because honestly, I didn't even know the console was even out for trailers, because I was actually doing debate stuff and like seeing how Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton's gonna go. But that's here nor there when it comes to this, because when it comes to games, I was actually waiting for it to come out. I was waiting for somebody to announce the Nintendo newest console. I was like, when are they gonna announce it? If they're gonna announce it at E3, because it would have been a lot better if they would have did it at E3. This would have been a pretty good damn thing to say, okay, E3, we're gonna announce the Nintendo Switch and see how this is gonna go. And as soon as they announced, I guarantee they would have had a giant applause when it came to it. But they decided to announce it now because I guess people, honestly, I can admit I would get a little annoyed by waiting too. But when it comes to this console, I would say, Nintendo, you did a pretty good job here. I mean, this could definitely bring you back into the console wars, honestly. Now, I can't say it's going to be PlayStation 4, but odds are you're most likely going to be Xbox One, because, hell, PlayStation 4 pretty much crushed it. Nintendo Wii U didn't do much of a dent on it. But when it comes to this console, I'm like, okay, you guys are getting back into it. You guys are getting back serious and things like that. But when it comes to everything else, I'm like, okay, when it came to the PlayStation 4, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 because I see that console doing good. But when it came to the Xbox One, I couldn't even get that even the 3 stars. I had to get that in the low 2 stars because there's probably no way that I'm actually gonna play that game unless I get unless they have some exclusives. But for this one, I'm like, okay, this looks pretty good. If it has some exclusives, that'd be good too. But honestly, I most likely will get the game. Honestly, it seems like a pretty decent, well-rounded system, and I can see why it took them so long. Because truth be told, considering how many ways you can play it, I would say it will probably take a person 3 to 4 years just to even figure it out. And I can see why it took them so long. I can see why it took them a lot of money. Because hell, this console it looks awesome and great and confusing all at the same time. And I wrap my brain trying to figure out how it works, and that's the best way that I like. I don't want to be confused when it comes to a console, but yet I wouldn't mind it, honestly. Because one thing, if I do get the console, which I most likely will, I'm going to have to read that manual every fucking time until I read it like 20 times and memorize every word, every passage, everything, even remember the number for Nintendo. I'm going to have to do all that because, truth be told, this is going to take a long ass time to remember every single step. And if anything's online, then probably, if I had to do things online, then I most likely won't be doing much. But anything else, you can actually see my name on there. But we'll see how things go. I want to see how this game goes because, honestly, this is one of the first things Nintendo has done in years that I was actually happy about. Because when it came to the last E3, they just announced it, but they didn't show it off or anything. I'm like, okay, honestly, we're just going to see how Nintendo goes. But now it seems like they just unleashed a bombshell, something that pretty much blew PlayStation and Xbox out the water. But it hasn't came out yet. I'm honestly rooting for the PlayStation, but I'm also rooting for the Nintendo now. Because after seeing this, I'm thinking to myself, wow, this looks pretty awesome. And I will link a trailer below so you guys can see it, because it got a whole lot of views. And I'm guessing there's a lot of thumbs up. I looked at it on my friend's places. I couldn't really see the thumbs up or thumbs down. I was going to look it up online, but unfortunately I didn't have that much time to be over there. So, because he's the one who showed me. Because, truth be told, if you wouldn't have shown me, I've been pretty much in the dark about it. I'll be with my hands up my ass when it comes to this console. But I'm glad that he showed me, and honestly, I am actually happy that the Nintendo is actually about to be back in the game. March 2017, I believe, is going to be epic. It's going to be something extraordinary. I don't know what the price is going to be. Hopefully, it's not going to be that much, but honestly, it may be because, hell, you're buying pretty much a lot of different handheld console based type game into one simple console. So truth be told, I wouldn't be surprised to be around 400. I would not be surprised. Would I get it for that much? I'll probably wait till it decrease a little bit. But other than that, I most likely will get it. So you can count me in. You can count me a thumbs up. And that's all I got to say for this subject. I will see you guys another time. Peace out.